right, welcome to your Wednesday, May 12th yoga practice. So I was reviewing again. I have to review things like a million times, and sometimes they become part of my reality, and sometimes it's like learning it for the first time every time I see it. So I was reviewing the days of the week and their associations, and I learned this morning about yantras, which are mystical diagrams. So Wednesday is associated with Mercury, and that's a communication. The planet represents communication. So Wednesday is a Mercury yantra, and Wednesdays are good for studying, learning, communication, time in nature, playfulness, and the color green. So I thought that was interesting because we added the meditation opportunity on Wednesdays, studying and learning and kind of expanding our horizons. And also Wednesdays are our heart opening practice. And the color green is the heart chakra. So I just thought that was a beautiful little serendipity or maybe subconscious decisions that I made. So find your comfortable seat. Rub your hands together in front of your heart. Sit very tall. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, sigh and find stillness. Inhale for one long Om. Release your hands to your knees. You might walk your feet and ankles out a little farther from your pelvic bowl, giving you a larger base. And as you inhale, start to draw your heart forward, thinking about opening your heart on the front body. As you exhale, draw your heart back, opening your heart on the back body. Move at a pace that feels good to you. You might close your eyes, letting this be an internal experience. And no worries if you choose to keep your eyes open. You might soften your gaze and just notice what catches your attention. Try to release any attachment to it. And when you're ready, switch the directions of your circle. And when it feels right, find stillness. Clasp your hands behind your back. Notice which thumb you put on top. Draw your knuckles down and away from your body as you lift your chest. Maybe open your throat up. Big expansive inhale, and exhale, hinge forward, folding down, knuckles lifting up towards the sky. Be kind to your shoulders here. On an inhale, imagine the knuckles lifting you back up, returning you to sit. Bring your feet out in front of you, passing through Savasana boat pose. So hovering the feet off the ground if you can, toes spread wide. The ankles are somewhere between pointed and flexed. Your hands can come to your thighs if that's helpful, or maybe you reach your fingertips like you're reaching for your toes, which are all stretched out. Core engaged, chest lifted, broad through your collarbones. Breathe here. You can always lower your feet down if need be. If you'd like, let's bring our hands over to one side like we're making an offering over there. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the other side, make an offering. Big inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Let's make sure our knees are staying together. Big toe mound staying together. If you can swing it, let's offer up to one side. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Exhale, everything squeezes into the center. Offer up to the other side. Inhaling there, exhale, return to center, set your legs down. Cross your legs again, opposite way, so probably whichever way doesn't feel most natural. Hands on knees, circles just a few times each direction, evening out our hips and low back that we started to open up on one side. You might notice how it feels different side to side. Got a Velcro kitty today. You sticking with me? Works for me. And switch your directions when it feels right. Maybe Toby is reminding me that if we softly close our gaze, it can take away some of the distraction, leave us to the internal distractions. Toby's still there in my mind. And as you're ready, return to neutral. Interlace your fingers behind your back, opposite thumb on top. Inhale, lift the heart, knuckles pulled down and away. Exhale, hinge forward, core engaged, supporting you on your way down. Relax your head and neck. Don't push your shoulders so far that it hurts. If you can, lift your knuckles a little higher to the sky, a little more overhead. And on an inhale, sit back up. Make your way into tabletop. You might want a blanket under your knees. I trust you'll do what's best for you here. Just a couple of cow and cat, saying hello to our spine, hello to the union of our breath and movement. As you flow through cow and cat, we'll just check in that our elbows are pointing back towards our thighs and that we're anchored into the index finger side of our hands. Come to stillness. Left hand moves into the center of your mat, and on an inhale, the right hand reaches up to the sky. Great twist here. Exhale, thread the needle. You can stay in stillness if you'd like, or stay dynamic with me. Inhaling to reach, exhaling to thread. 3 more times. Can you keep your core gently engaged here? Return to neutral, right hand into the center of the mat. Inhale the left hand to the sky, reach. Exhale, thread the needle. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you keep moving and breathing. 3 more times. Noticing that you're stretching the front of the body when you reach, the back of the body when you thread. And return to neutral. Walk your hands out in front of you, maybe bringing them onto the blocks as you melt your heart down. Anahatasana, heart melting pose, or puppy pose. See if you can press the tops of your feet into the mat. Notice your knees pressing into the mat, hips distance. And then heart just melting down. If the blocks don't feel good under the hands, try it without. We always have so many options in life if only we can see. Maybe you crawl your fingertips forward just a smidge more. Engage your abdominal muscles. On an inhale, slowly walk your hands back, tuck your toes, walk your hands all the way back to your thighs, This might be enough stretch for your feet today, or maybe you can come to stack your hips on top of your heels. With your hands, you can spread your toes wide. Inner ankles drawing towards each other, knees drawing towards each other, tailbone drawing down towards the earth, and crown lifting up towards the sky. With your hands, come down to your knees and pick up the flesh, moving it up towards your hips, creating a little more space in the knees. Notice how that feels. Sit tall, just one more cycle of breath here. Hello to our feet. Walk your hands back down. Tops of the feet come to the mat and maybe give a little tapotment massage. Bring a block to the center of the mat. With your hands, hold the block, hands like an L, thumb and fingers. Lower your forearms to the mat. Engage your abdominal muscles. Tuck your toes again. Inhale and exhale. Lift your hips, dolphin pose. Focus on pressing your hands and your forearms into the mat. Push the ground away so there's some space in your armpits, space for your neck to hang heavy. And imagine you're pushing the mat overhead so your heart's melting back towards your thighs. You can always adjust your feet, walking them in or out. You can stay here, you can find child's pose, or you can lift your left heel to the sky, three-legged dolphin. Option to bend your left knee, heel towards glute, and then open the hip up. Keep squeezing that block with the fingers, hands pressing into the mat and pushing the ground away. One more breath here. Neutralize your hips, re-extend your left leg. Inhale and exhale the left foot down. Inhale the right heel to the sky. If you did one side, we'll do the other. Bend your right knee, lift the knee to the sky, and then open the hip up. Keep pushing the ground away. Inhale, neutralize your hips, re-extend your right leg. Exhale, set your right foot down. Come all the way down to your knees. Send your hips back. Rest in Balasana, child's pose. You might scoot that block under your head. Maybe you walk your arms back alongside you, taking or leaving any of the cues, letting this practice be your own. Try to let everything go on your next exhale. Re-extend your arms. And on an inhale, rise up, tuck your toes, exhale into downward facing dog. Take another breath or two here, just settling in, letting it feel good. You might shake and nod your head. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Maybe you try hopping, maybe you walk. Uttanasana, forward fold. On an inhale, root down to rise all the way up, arms out and up. Exhale your hands to heart center. On an inhale, arms come out and up, really reach. Exhale, hinge forward all the way down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, root down and rise all the way up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Hands touch down. Step your left foot really slowly all the way back. Pardon me. Breathe here in this high runner's lunge. We negotiate space with Toby. Let's go ahead and drop our right knee. Bend the right knee, right heel coming towards hip. You can have certainly block under your hands here. Right arm swings around, finds the right ankle. This might be enough or even more than enough. It's perfectly fine to keep your hands on the ground. Remember, you can modify and empower yourself here. Imagine dragging your right knee towards your left heel. Isometric muscle contraction, lift in the pelvic floor. Maybe the left hand floats up to the sky. Maybe you prefer to swim it around the back, holding your right ankle. See if you can drop your tailbone while lifting your heart and crown. You can release anytime. Maybe you stay here with me for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, slowly releasing hands and foot back to the mat. Lift the right knee off of the mat, returning to runner's lunge. Press back through your right heel, really long right leg. Plant your hands, inhale. Exhale, step yourself back to plank pose. Inhaling in plank, push the ground away. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, come forward on your tippy toes and then lower down all the way. Hands stay under your shoulders. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Now bend your right knee. Lift your heart like you're drawing your heart forward. Right arm comes around and finds the right ankle, half bow pose. Maybe you kick the foot into the hand, helping you to peel your heart off of the mat even more. Imagine squeezing your knees together. One more big breath here in half bow. Exhale, lower down. Forehead to mat, shift your hips left and right, little wiggle. Tuck your toes. Now you can make your way to downward facing dog any way you want. I'll cue it through plank. Inhale deeply. Engage your legs. Exhale, push the ground away. Then find downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or swing your right foot to the top of the mat. Press back through your left heel, high runner's lunge. And glance down, make sure that right ankle is under the right knee. It has a tendency to kind of stay back in space. 1 more breath here. Go ahead and lower that left knee. You can stay here or bend the left knee, left heel coming towards hip. You can stay here. Maybe you bring the left hand around to clasp the left ankle. Maybe the right arm lifts up. Maybe the right arm also finds the left ankle. Wherever you go, settle in with it. Let it be your own. If your left knee is on the ground, imagine dragging it towards the right heel. Imagine the energy of the front body lifting up while the back body anchors down. It's a constant circular flow. Wherever you are, breathe. 3, 2, 1. Slowly release hands and foot. Inhale. Lift your left knee off the mat. Push back through your left heel. Long line. Another inhale here. Exhale, step yourself into forward fold. On an inhale, root down and rise all the way up with a long spine. We reach, press the hips forward, open the heart to the sky. Exhale your hands to heart space. Inhale, arms out and up. Core engaged, exhale, hinge forward, all the way down. Hands touch down, left foot slowly steps back in space. Set up for high lunge. Stay on the ball of your left feet. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, arms come wide and clasp hands behind your back. Left thumb on top. Knuckles anchor down while the heart lifts. Maybe you can bend a little lower into your right knee, keeping it stacked over the ankle. Open your heart. One more breath. Exhale, release your hands to the mat. Step yourself back into plank. Inhale and plank, push the ground away. Exhale. Inhale. Come forward on your tippy toes. Exhale, slowly lower down, elbows. Graze your ribs on the way. Untuck your feet. Hands stay right under shoulders. Anchor your tailbone down. Bend your left knee. Left hand grabs for the left ankle. No worries if it doesn't quite meet. If it does, kick the left foot into the left hand, peeling your heart forward and up. Half bow pose. As you breathe here, thinking of drawing the knees together, heart forward and up. Shoulders stay relaxed. Where can you let go on your next exhale? Another inhale and exhale, slowly releasing down. Forehead or chin comes to mat. Tuck your toes, hands under shoulders. Inhale deeply. Exhale here. Go ahead and engage your legs so toes are tucked. It's like your legs are standing in Tadasana. One more breath, and on your exhale, push yourself up through plank. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, send the left heel to the sky, three-legged dog. Look forward, step or swing the left foot to the top of the mat. And inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, get really long through the torso and arms. Exhale, swing the hands around behind your back. Right thumb on top, knuckles root down while we lift our heart. Breathe here. Can you bend a little deeper into your front leg, thigh parallel to the earth? Back leg is really active. One more breath here. Exhale, release your hands to the mat, preparing to step forward. Inhale, and exhale all the way forward, forward fold. On an inhale, rise all the way up, arms outstretched. And exhale your hands to your heart. Now we'll come to stand on our knees facing the wide edge of the mat. You might want the blanket under your knees here. We will explore half circle and wild thing. So let's bring our blocks out behind us to the back edges and back corner of our mat. Stand on your knees. I'll just say your left leg, I apologize. It'll save all of us if I don't mirror. Go ahead and anchor your left foot into the mat. Pinky side edge making contact. Kneecaps lift while our quadriceps engage. Tailbone anchored down. You can imagine shifting your hips just slightly towards your bent knee. You might not even be able to see the movement. It's an action. Long spine. Inhale your right arm up. And exhale, fold over, gate pose. Another inhale here. And as you exhale, cartwheel your arms down. Right hand coming to the right block behind you. Left arm floating up and over. Press your hips forward. Let that top arm float in any way that helps you really feel open and expansive through your heart. 3 more breaths here. Keep the connection to your left foot on the mat. Oh, beautiful. All stretched out. As you're ready, on an inhale, return to center, hands on hips. We'll carefully come to stand on both knees again. Send your right leg out long, anchor that right foot, tailbone down and slightly shifted pelvis towards the bent leg. Inhale your left arm up and over, gate pose, stretching your side body. Another big inhale, and as you're ready, exhale, cartwheel your arms down, left hand landing on the left block. Right arm floats up overhead and out. Press your hips forward, finding this back bend. Expansion through the heart space. Keep the connection of your right foot to the mat. Press your hips forward and heart open. And as you're ready, after some full cycles of breath, come back up, standing on both knees. Roll your shoulders out a bit. All right, your right hand comes down to the mat. Step your left foot forward, send your right leg long, coming into side plank, Vashistasana. Lift your hips. You might lift your top arm to the sky. Now this might be enough. So we're pressing our right pinky side blade edge of the foot into the mat. Maybe you can step your left foot back behind you. Stay on your left toes as you send your hips to the sky, coming into Wild Thing. Breathe wherever you go with it. You might stay playful here. Wonderful. Kamatkarasana, Wild Thing. I should have had that song queued up. One more big breath. See if you can send your hips a little higher. Exhale. Lower your hips down to the mat. And we'll just gracefully come to stand on our knees again. All right. Pause for a moment as if you're in Tadasana. Just notice your sides might feel a little uneven. We did a lot of effort just then. All right, so we'll balance out, bringing your left hand down to the mat, stepping your right foot in front as your left leg comes long underneath. Vashistasana. This might be where you stay today, perfectly fine. Right fingertips reaching towards the sky. If you'd like to explore Wild Thing, make sure we're really pressing into the pinky side edge of our left foot. Hips are lifting up. Maybe we can step that right foot back behind us, staying on the toes, pivoting the hips up towards the sky. Breathing in Wild Thing. Notice what's happening. See if you can stay for another breath. Inhale deeply, and as you're ready, exhale, set your hips down. Plant your feet. So now we're facing the short edge, as usual, preparing for Shavasana. Set your feet wide. Bring your elbows to hook onto the knees. Let your chin come to your chest. Stretching out that whole back heart area as the shoulder blades slide away and we tap into what's going on. How did that feel? Where did your mind go? You are here now with your beating heart and your full breath. As you're ready, make your way down onto your spine. We'll take Shavasana for 1 minute. Allow yourself to settle. Sometimes envisioning mud in a pond, slowly swirling and settling to the bottom. be a helpful visual. In Shavasana, you might take a big inhale and audibly sigh out the exhale. Sinking and softening with every exhale. Deepen your breath and slowly return to an easy seated posture. We'll close our 30-minute yoga by chanting one long Om. Feel free to jump off if you need to. Sitting tall, hands in heart center. Inhale for Om. Thank you for sharing your yoga asana practice with me. If you'd like to stay on for our meditation add-on, today we're going to explore Bumble Bee Breath, seeing lots of bees buzzing around out in the world, doing all of their hard work of pollinating for us. So we'll be using the Bhramari mudra we'll start with the bumblebee. Smooth transition. We'll just start with the bumblebee pranayama. And then after we do that for about 6 minutes, then we will sit for another 6 minutes with the bumblebee mudra. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate it just so it's not brand new after we're all buzzed up from meditation. So with your index finger, curl it in to press against the root of the thumb, kind of like okay. Your middle finger comes to the tip of the thumb, and your ring finger and pinky finger come out stretched. So index finger is at the inner base of the thumb, thumb's curled around it, and the thumb tip connects to the middle finger. Last 2 fingers are out long. Okay, so we'll shake that off. So bumblebee pranayama is a really awesome way to calm the mind, because we're literally blocking out everything else, and we're going to be humming with our eyes closed and our nose open, mouth closed. So there are different mudras you can do. For me, it's easiest to put my thumbs in my ears, so pressing the little tab closed, hands over eyes. And we're going to just hum. Keep your teeth just barely parted so you get some vibration on the palate. So I'll demonstrate first before you plug your ears. If you've already done this before, feel free to go ahead and start. But ears plugged, eyes covered, inhaling. Okay, so we won't be able to see and hear each other. So what I'll do is once our time is up, I will hold the pillow. That way you can glance at any time, and when you see the pillow, it's time to release the pranayama. We might come up with a better method in the future, but I'll go ahead and get a timer set. And you can begin this humming bumblebee breath as you're ready. So yep, go ahead and plug your ears, sit tall. Cover your eyes, And this is a really internal experience. So go ahead and let yourself get lost in that humming vibration of Bumble Bee Bhramari Pranayama. As you release the Bhramari Pranayama, we will take the Bhramari Mudra. So again, index finger curled in to the base of the thumb tip coming to the middle finger, ring finger and index fingers out long. Bring the backs of your hands to your knees. I'll demonstrate the mudra a little closer. Index finger in. Sitting tall, long spine, relaxed shoulders. You might let your eye focus drift with eyes closed, or maybe focus your eyes in the center of your forehead, pineal gland, ajna. Bhramara, the bee mudra, is a symbolic and poetic hand gesture. The high vibration of a bee, its sounds, and its effect in our environment means that the bee hand gesture is associated with the crown chakra and higher realms. There's a deity called Bhramari. She's the goddess of the bees. She's associated with Mother Parvati. You can use the Bhramari mudra in meditation and call upon strength and power. On this day of communication, connecting with nature, playfulness, the color green, the sensations and energy of the heart center. Doing all of this with strength and power. Stay here and breathe, quietly observing your internal world. Every time your mind wanders, gently guide it back to the sensations of the present moment. Release the hand mudra as you're ready. Hands coming together in front of heart center. Reverent bow. Thanking yourself for making time for this practice. Prioritizing your well-being so that you can best serve the world around you. Just like the busy bumblebee spreads pollen, may we use our practice to share peace with the world. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much for staying on and practicing some meditation and pranayama. I'd love to know what you all thought of that Bhramari Bumble Bee Breath. That's a good one I've noticed when my mind's really running out there, because it just brings you right back. You can't see or hear anything, and the vibration just kind of rattles the problems loose, for me at least. I hope you have a really wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Feel free to jump on if you have time to say hello.